Useless man. Don't get married. Ah, is it not too much? Hello, good and beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing this face for the first time, my name is Lizzie Lawan, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. So today we are going to be talking about marriage. We're going to be addressing the singles. But if you are married, you can also stick behind, watch, learn from this. So we know that the rate of divorce has increased, failed marriages have increased. And so I feel there are things that if you are not ready for, then you should not go into marriage. So those are the things we are going to be talking about today. Like I mean the biblical standard, not the societal standard. I was supposed to make this video with my darling husband, but then he's busy at the moment, and I've just been feeling strongly to make this video. I'm going to be talking more on my gender. I'm going to be talking more on the woman, and when he's ready, he's going to be talking about the man, right? But then some of these points will go for both genders. Without wasting much time, let's go straight to it. Number one on the list is, if you are not ready to put in work, then marriage is not for you. See, marriage is work. So usually people say, I want to settle down when they want to get married. Marriage is not settling down. Marriage is work. You know, generally, for something to be successful, for you to achieve that goal you have set, you have to put in so much work. And marriage is one of it. For you to have a successful marriage, see, you have to put in work. Successful marriages don't just happen. Great marriages don't just happen. A successful marriage is as a result of a consistent investment of your time, your love, your forgiveness, tolerance, prayer. You just name it. There are so many on the list. Yeah, marriage is not a bed of roses as we know. Marriage is very sweet though, it's very sweet, but there are times that marriage can be something else. And if you don't put in work, then you cannot enjoy your marriage. I'm not even talking about, coming in with your 50 as we usually hear, and then your partner coming in with his 50. No, it has to be 100. You have to go all out. You have to come bring your all to it. It has to be 100 from your own part, and then your partner has to also come with his own 100. You cannot be bringing 20% and then your husband is bringing his 100, and then you expect that thing to work. No, it will not work. It's a partnership thing. You see, for you to strengthen that marriage, you have to put in a lot of effort. So if you are not ready to do that, then you should not get married. So let's go to the next point. If you know you are selfish, then marriage is not for you. Now, this point goes to both parties, right? Even the first point goes to both parties. So it cannot be I. You have to be selfless, right? You have to put others before you. You have to put your spouse before you. You have to put your children before you. If you are a me, myself, and I kind of person, then your marriage cannot work. In fact, there are times that you will even have to compromise in marriage. But then if you're a selfish person, then you cannot make compromises. This is you, your husband, or you, your wife, and then your children. So you have to go all out for them. In one of my videos, when I was talking about what marriage taught me, I said marriage taught me sacrifice. Yeah. So if you're a selfish person, you will not be able to sacrifice, because there are things that I might need for myself, but then when I just see my child and maybe she needs it, I will have to sacrifice for her. So if I'm a selfish person, I will not care about that my child. I will not care about my husband. I will not care about his needs. I will not care about his wants and all that. It just has to be about me. Everything will just revolve around me in the marriage. And so your partner will not enjoy it. Your children will not enjoy it. And even you yourself, because if it's not favoring you, then it should not be done. And so how will you move forward? So if you're a selfish person, don't get married. So the next point, this point a lot of arguments are just ongoing. You go to social media, they are talking about it. it is about respect and submission. As I said, we are going to be talking about the godly standard, not the world standard. Okay? So, if you are not ready as a lady to respect a man, you are not ready to submit to a man. Now, I'm not talking about any other man. I'm talking about your husband, right? Then you should not marry. Don't marry if you are not ready to see him as a head over you. You're not ready to see him as an authority. So the Bible says wives should submit to their husbands. So I don't really know what is bringing all the arguments. You see Christians also like partaking in such arguments. Say about submission. See, the commandment is clear. As a lady, you are to submit to your husband. Whether you like it or you don't like it, you are to submit to him. I used to struggle with that respect when we got married. Like, this is somebody that was my friend, before we got married. So I was still looking at him with that kind of, we are my friend now. So there are things that I will just say to him, I'll just talk to him anyhow. If he says something, even me, I will give him. He give me bass, I will give him boss. With time, that was when like I had the knowledge that okay, this person is now beyond my friend. Or this person is my husband. This person is supposed to be my head, and then I'm supposed to be submissive to him. You hear people that the husband is talking. In fact, the husband will not even be talking. It's your voice that they will be hearing. Your voice in the neighborhood. Or some clamor. Hey, chanchan baki. If you're a Hausa speaking person, chanchan baki, clamor. You are doing chanchan baki with your husband. He's saying this, you are doing, hey, this one, never. Hey, you say, useless man. You insult your man anyhow and all that. See, my dear sister, if you are not ready to respect that man, don't marry him until you find somebody that you are ready to submit to. In fact, some is not even about the man himself. Hey, now let me even come to this point. If you are a feminist, do not marry. Everything you see it as an attack against women. Women rights, women equal to men, this one, that one, that one. Stay single and keep exercising that your right. Abeg, no go suffer son of God The Bible says the man is the head of the home. You are a feminist, remain unmarried. Okay? Alright, for your husband. Then why get married? The Bible says that we as women are helpmates to our husbands. Now, this help is not just talking about help in some areas or in some areas. It has to be all round help. Spiritually, you pray for your husband, you have to help him in that area. I'm not supporting that notion that people say as a wife, always they are stressing about wives praying for their husbands. Wife, pray for your husband. But then they will not they will not stress the fact that men also have to pray for their wives. No, that is not what I'm supporting, yeah. But I'm just telling you that as a wife, you have to be a helpmate to him. Both spiritually, you have to pray for that man. You have to be a helpmate for him in other areas of life. You have to be a helpmate for him. Even financially, you can be a helpmate to your husband. This point now, some people might argue. They will say, we are fond of saying, your money is our money, but my money is my money. We can do that in a lot. But then I'm not stressing the fact that the husband should not be a provider, no. Or the husband should run away from his responsibilities, no. The husband should provide for his family. The husband should take responsibility in providing for the family. But when your husband cannot meet your ends meet and you have the money, you can help. There's no wrong in doing that. There are some women that the husband has to do everything in the home, like everything. Hey, when you were marrying that man, you did not marry him as an odogu. You married him, you knew his state of finance when you got married to him. And you know that he cannot take care of all the needs of that house. So why will you come into marriage? Has anything changed? His job has not changed. His financial status has not changed. But then you come into marriage with this same man. You marry this same man and then you expect him to do, in fact, even the ones that are not neat, the ones that are just wants. You want to buy ashwebi, right? You want to wear bone straight. You know that your husband cannot afford it. Instead of you, if you have the money, you do it yourself. You don't have the money. What is there if you don't wear it? You will not die if you don't wear it. It's like I'm even going out of my point. But then like I just have to say this. So if you know you're a person that cannot help another person, or you cannot be a helpmate to that person, why get married? Please just stay in your lane, because you've been designed as a wife by God to be a helpmate. Help your husband so that you people will progress. This marriage is not just about him. It's not about him, just doing all the things and then you channeling your money to something that doesn't even matter. In fact, I've heard of stories of women that they'll be earning, but then even the little of things, like the smallest of things, like buying seasoning cubes, buying salt, they will still go and meet their husbands to give them money to buy. Ah, is it not too much? That time when we got married, actually I was not doing anything. I was not working, I didn't have any business then. And so like totally depended on my husband for everything. When I have a need, or there's a need in the house, maybe a basic need, do you know I find it very hard to even go and tell my husband and go and ask him for money. I find it hard because I'll be like, God, which kind of thing is this? Even to buy normal Maggi, normal seasoning cubes, I have to go and ask this man for how much to buy. I was feeling really bad that I could not be of help to him. So my prayer every time was, God, please just open the door for me. Let me just get a job. And then I was not even thinking of business because I just believe that I cannot do business. I'm not a business oriented person, right? So I'll just be like, God, please open a door for me. Help me to find a job so that I can help this man. Some basic things, buying my cream, although I don't even use any expensive thing, that Vaseline that they use. So, buying that one, buying my powder, my makeup things, just little of things. And at least let me just help him and be doing. Just let me even just take care of myself now. Let me take care of myself. It's not every time that water has finished in the house. And then we used to buy water now. We used to call, then so a tanker will bring the water and then put it in the tank. So I'll be like, even little of things, as little as like water that was just like 600 naira then. I'll have to call him and tell him water has finished. Oh, please call the people to put water, and all that. I could not do it, and I was feeling very useless in the house. So I don't really know how we feel now. Like you have money, but this money is just to do your own things. In fact, in the money you don't even use it to even take care of yourself. I don't even know what to do with the money. But then you expect this man to take care of the basic needs of the house, pay the rent, buy the food stuff, pay school fees, do this and that, and also take care of you when you're also earning. Of course, like I'm very grateful for my pastor. Hey, he used to say, men, no matter how little, give your wives or keep money. Sir, let me use this medium and tell you thank you. Thank you all for saying that, because even with the little that I used to have, my husband used to give me upkeep money now, Sha. Thank you very much. That's by the way, John. But then what I'm just trying to say is, if you cannot be of help to him, hi, do you know that the thing that like surprises me sometimes is that, do you know that some men will be making effort, but their wives will not even see what they are doing. They will be making effort, they will be bringing something, to the table, but then to the wife it's just useless. You're not doing anything, you are not doing enough. So you mean that if that your husband loses his job, like from what you are earning for the time being, you cannot take care of the home? Will you make the man feel useless? ah God have mercy on my generation. God have mercy on my generation. What I'm just saying is that if you are not ready to be of help to a man, then marriage is not for you. In fact, let me say this one before I even end this point. You are not ready to help this man financially, and you want to use borrow and finish this man. Ah, sister, you want to use borrow. In fact, as I'm saying this thing, I'm sure I'm even talking to some married people because they do it. Are you among them? Do you do it? Somebody that is taking care of the basic needs in the house is doing all he can. You see something that you want, you will not use your money and buy o. You take it and say, I will pay you at the end of the month. End of month reach, you're waiting for your husband to give you money so that you go and pay. Oh yeah, let's go to the next point. If you are unforgiving, if you are not tolerant, then marriage is not for you. Hey, see, in marriage, you have to forgive 70 times 7, as the Bible says it. In fact, not even in marriage, like generally, there's no limit to forgiveness. But in marriage, in a day, your partner can annoy you like countless times. So if you are unforgiving, marriage is not for you. Don't come and boil, keep bitterness in your heart till you explode. If you are not tolerant, then marriage is not for you. If you are not ready to leave, you leave your father, you leave your mother, you leave your siblings and cleave to your husband, or you husband to your wife, then marriage is a no-no for you. It is a no-no for you. See, this marriage is about you. It's about your partner. For you to make it work, it has to be two of you. Of course, we said you have to be involved. Bringing third parties into the marriage, it will crash your marriage. Now, I'm not talking about maybe getting advice from your parents, and then if it's okay, checking it now by your spouse if it's okay, and then you do it. No, that's not what I'm talking about. There are some people that are not ready to leave their parents. You are married, but for anything your partner does, anything your husband does, your father must hear about it. Your mother must hear about it. Your siblings must hear about it. In fact, that your husband has lost respect in front of your parents, in front of your family. Any little thing, you go and tell them. You cannot manage your home. Are you not, like you are not yet matured upstairs? You hear of all these mommy's boys. Every advice, every little thing they want to do, instead of them coming to talk with their wives, coming to take decisions with their wives, always you go to your parents, you go to your mom. Your mom will interfere in your marriage. If your mom says do this, you do it. Even if it's at the detriment of your home, even if it's at the detriment of your wife, you do it. Your dad says do this, you do it. You don't put your wife into consideration. You don't the thing, it goes vice versa. It's for both spouses, right? You don't put your husband into consideration. Everything has to be all of you cannot run that home. That boat will sink. See, marriage, especially godly marriage, is for three. That's God first, yourself, and your spouse. It is for three. If you bring a fourth person, not now to talk of 5 people or more, that ship will sink. That ship will sink. So if you are not ready to leave and cleave to your spouse, my dear sister, my dear brother, marriage is not for you. Like, I just thank God, like every time, for my mom. She's not someone that wants to put her mouth in what does not concern you. Like, she's not even somebody that she doesn't even want to really know what's even happening in my home. Like, I'm even happy for that. Like, she's very careful about asking. She doesn't even ask you. But then, like, maybe when you just start saying something, And I'm not saying that I go into details telling her things about my home or not. No, that's not it. But then, like when you want to say something, she will not even drag the conversation. She'll just try and just shorten it. In fact, there was something that happened some time back that it was like somehow like an interference. Somehow I said, "Oh." So when she heard about it, so she was being careful. She didn't even want to come ask me. Like she waited for me to say something about it. And then when I said it, she was still I saw her like she was still being careful in asking me things that like I was not ready to share. Seriously, I just thank God for parents such as her. Parents, I beg. If you're a parent and your child has gotten married, I beg leave the child, allow the child to take their decision, allow the child to enjoy their marriage. Please, you can guide the child. When the person is going wrong, then you can call the person to order. You can call that your child to order. But then in matters that don't concern you, please allow us. I'm saying the us as if they are doing it to me. Thank God for the in-laws I have and all that. They are not doing that to me, right? But then I beg, I'm speaking in general on behalf of those that are suffering this thing. I beg, allow us enjoy our marriage. Allow us enjoy our spouses. Allow us build our own homes by ourselves. Allow us manage our home by ourselves. You have done your own. Oh. Allow us do our own. If we are not doing it the right way, if you see it, you can correct us. You can call us to order. But then allow us take major decisions that will affect us. Allow us take it. Allow us, please. You did yours. Allow us to do ours. Please, Biko, we beg you. Our parents, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The Lord bless you. So, if you're not ready to leave, as I said earlier, then marriage is not for you. I think at this point, I'm going to stop because I do not want this video to be so long. The part two is going to be with my husband and he will be focusing more on men. But then, if there are more points, which I know there are, we'll still talk about it in the next video. If you still haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. If you haven't liked this video, please like and share this video so that it will go out to more number of people. Let's make impact, people. Let's make impact. All right, thank you so much for your time. See you in the next one. Bye.